Well, I'm still working on getting this last area ready for the next concrete strip. I've worked on it the last 2 days and not made a lot of progress, but I've been able to check and double check my measurements to make sure I've got it at the right distance and away from the other concrete strip and at the right elevation. So anyway, let me show you what I've got so far. Well, today is a gorgeous day to be working on this. We still have unseasonably warm temperatures right now, and the next couple of days, we're still going to have the same thing. We've got a chance of rain in a couple of days, so I'm going to see how much of this I can get done. I mentioned that I had double checked my measurements, and so I set up a batter board there with a string line, and now I've got the string line set at where the top of the concrete will be, and I'll use that to set my forms. You can see right here where I've already backfilled in some here. I've got some stone put in this area, and this is the area that I was working on late last night. I got some fill material put back in here, and all this should be ready for stone now. I actually had a little bit of stone left over from the previous side, so I put that in yesterday, and all of this is to grade now too. So that's ready for concrete forms, and I'll be doing that today. I sure hope I can anyway. And in the meantime, I went and got another load of stone. I ended up getting 1.5 tons of crusher run. That's what I've been using on all this. You can see it's got a lot of open graded stone, but it's got a lot of dust in it too. So it compacts really well, and you do need to compact it. And it's fun to see it compacted because it's almost like concrete after it's compacted. But I've pretty much pushed this trailer, I think, to the limit. This is 1.5 tons, like I said. And I think when they ended up loading it, they backloaded this a little too much. So I was doing a little bit of fishtailing coming down the road. So that was a little scary, even if it was doing fishtailing probably at 45 miles an hour. But I'm going to go ahead and start unloading this and getting it put in the trench. And I'll just let you see it as it goes along. I'll show you my measuring stick that I made up to be able to quickly measure. I've just got a stake labeled from the bottom of the stake to 4 inches, and that would be for our stone, and 8 inches. So a lot of times when I'm looking at the line, I can put this right down and it's right on 8 inches. So I know that this stone has to come up to where it's only 4 inches. So it's a really quick way to be able to measure. After I lay it down, I end up trying to walk across it to compact it. And then I've also got this tamper that I can use. I'll show you how I end up trying to compact it underneath the camper slide. That's really pretty much just the only hand work. Literally, it's really hard to get done. Well, I'm making progress, but it's slow. This is hard work. What I ended up doing underneath the slides is I actually started taking a brick and pounding it down, and it actually, I think it works a little bit better. I've still been using the block and the woods. A block of wood and a hammer some too. Right there is where the part that I've finished up to now. That's all at grade, right at 4 inches left for concrete. And now I just got to keep working down through here. But I'm taking a break. It's pretty warm in the sun, and I guess just so much physical activity. I'm really sweating a bunch. Well, I've worked the entire day on this, and I don't know if you can see by the sun angle, but it's almost sunset. So we're going to be dark here pretty soon. So let me show you at least what I've gotten done today. It's not everything that I wanted to do, but there's always tomorrow. I ended up finishing up the part of the gravel that went under the slide. And then when I got to this section, there was just so much gravel that has to go in. And I know that I needed fill underneath it also. So what I started doing here was I put in a couple of boards outside. You can see where the string line is. So I've got about 4 inches of space outside of where the concrete will be. And I've been filling it with dirt here and compacting it. And I had to put dirt on this side because ultimately the gravel will be at the top of these two boards here. These are 1x6s. And the gravel has to have something to rest against. So I'm going to continue. Oh, almost tripped over the string. But anyway, I'm going to continue filling up gravel to the top of the boards here. And then I also have to fill in dirt on the side of this to be able to hold the stone in. But I may go ahead and try to pour all of the concrete before I put more dirt along the side. I might be able to use the skid steer for that and get it close enough to be able to dump right up here next to these boards. And then once I've got all of this area filled in, I can just make it go just below the bottom of the concrete, or maybe up on a little bit. And I think I'm going to create a little level area along that concrete strip just to be able to walk outside of it. You know, for example, if you had muddy feet and didn't want to get your mud up on the concrete, you got a place to walk. And I've got enough material to do that. It shouldn't be too hard to do. But I think I'm going to work until I can't see any more tonight. And then I'll just give you an update tomorrow of what it looks like before I start working again.